those elk are kind of working this way a little bit. I look down through my binoculars. There's two bulls in there. There's one big one right out in that bunch. And there's another big one back behind. Where is he? I think it's him right back behind that tree, right in that little fork. You see him walking out there? Yeah, there's one really big bull and one pretty doggone big bull. There's two bulls in that bunch. Hopefully they'll come up a little bit closer. That would be nice, wouldn't it? It sure would. But yeah, there might be a smaller one or two that I'm not really seeing. I hear that picker running over there picking up pecans. As I look out through my binoculars, there is another smaller bull or two out there. But the other thing that's happening is the two big bulls are fighting. I could see them in my binoculars there a minute ago. There they are right there. They were behind the trees. They've moved out some. You can see though, they're not getting it on real serious, but there's a little bullfight there. Those are relatively the same size. One is a year or two older and much heavier. It's the one on the left. That's the tree right there. They were kind of behind a minute ago. You can see the smaller one. Says, okay, I've had enough. And the more mature one, the larger one, said, I'm going to go stick in the butt. He spun around, and now they got their horns locked back together again. That's a lot of animal right there, I'm telling you. A lot of animal. Well, we can't see much of what's going on. They're back behind the trees. But you can see them fighting there in between. That's pretty cool. I can actually hear them from here, and it's probably 400 yards. Still a long way off. That's all I got on this iPhone to get out there where I am. A little breeze blowing. I hope it's not making too much noise. I can't get his head down low to the ground like that. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Hope they get out there where we can see them better in a minute. I'll keep an eye on them. The bulls have moved quite a bit. They're probably 100 yards or 150 yards from where they were earlier. And they've done all that moving, pretty much fighting. The little bull walks away. The bigger bull comes after him. And they hook it up again. And you can see they're duking it out pretty good. They keep their heads really low to the ground. That cow's right in the way of all the fight. Obviously, it's not bothering her a bit. She's not paying a bit of attention to any of it. They look like they're out there in a bare field, but they're not. Like a bull right there, but it's not. They're not in a bare field at all. This field on this side of the road, the bulls are in the road, I think. I think they're right in the road fighting. But that is a food plot. And it's Okmulgee River Buckmaker food plot. It's planted late. It's not very high. But it has got a lot of food in it. The little bull run away. And now that's what's happened. That's why they've moved a couple hundred yards from where they were when all that started. The little bull, he ran and said, I've had all I want, big boy. You still the boss. You still the boss. He says, I want to get a little of this groceries while we're here in this good food plot. We have a lot of grassland and a lot of pasture land on our 2,000 acres. So we can support a pretty big herd of elk because we run no cattle. We could run cattle and, actually make a living off the cattle, but I'm not a cowboy. So I probably would lose money, not make money. My neighbor, Pat Howe Jr., great friends. Oh, here we go again. You see the big one came back to him. That's why they keep moving around quite a bit. The big one keeps moving back wanting to fight because he can win. That's right. Let's play one-on-one. I'm a better shot than you are. Yeah. I'm bigger, got more antlers. Let's play one-on-one. And that's exactly what I can hear them. I can hear those horns clicking from here. The little one says, I'm through. It's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. How about a real close-up of a couple of young elk? There they are. Those are young ones. Trying to get that feed out of that feeder. They know it's in there. I've got a strap on that one too. Oh, they know it's there. You can see through the window the feed. It hasn't gone off this morning. I don't know what the deal is on that. That's a close-up. How about that, boys and girls? That's awesome. Big old brown eyes. We'll see how close those bulls might get. These girls don't spook. These are totally wild elk. There's the bulls back over there. Still wanting to spar a little bit. They're getting closer all the time. One elk is way smaller than the other one. Probably a couple of years younger at least. They're both real big, healthy bulls. Lots of babies. Lots of babies. I've got the window closed, but I can barely hear them shooting through the window. Oh, the little one's prancing off. He's prancing, but he got pushed around again. He's feeling his oats, coming closer all the time. How close are they going to get? Look at that girl. Look at that girl. She's sticking her tongue up in the chute where the feed comes out. She's sticking her tongue up in there. Get out of here. Get out of here. This is Mom. I'm running the other one off. Huh. Watch her stick her tongue up in there. She's able to spin that or something. She's getting a little something out of there, though. And she doesn't want to share it either, does she? She's an old hussy. Just like doe deer. You get one old doe. Oh, looky here, the buck, the bull. The bull's come up close. This is the young bull, I believe. Oh, yeah. How good is this? My gosh, I'm glad I got up at 5 o'clock and got out here before daylight. Let me show you how to get into that feeder. We'll eat the whole thing. Cow wasn't so tough now, is she? Look at that. Look at that. For some reason, that feeder didn't go off. Oh, he's gonna make a, look at that. Fighting the ground. Make him scrape with his antlers. They use their antlers and they use their feet also. Mostly they make the scrape with their feet. Look at that stuff, leaves hanging on his antlers. He just likes to be messing with something with his antlers. This is pretty rare and cool footage we're getting to look at this morning. Back up a little bit, Jimmy. It's a 5x5. I think the other probably is a 6x6. I think that's a smaller one. I'm sure that's a smaller one of the two. Doesn't look all that small, but he's the smaller one of the two. See how close the other one's getting. He should be getting close. Is this cool or what? The bigger one is still out there. But he's only out there about 50, 60 yards right now, probably about 60. So it's not too bad. I am having a blast. I've got my Weatherby 270 mag with me. Shells are up to about $80 a box now. I think the box that I've got with me is marked $65 or something. It's an old box. I don't shoot that thing very often. I've got a great scope on that. And it just stays on. I've hauled it all over the world and it just stays on. It does not get off. I've got a real good Swarovski scope on it. And I mean, it just doesn't get off. It just does not get off. I think it's a Swarovski. Let me check that. Yeah, it's a Swarovski. 3x10x42. This is an old gun. I've had this thing a long time. It's a Weatherby 270 mag. Oh, it's a great gun. Many deer, many elk, coyote, wild pig. The only thing is, pull a trigger on a wild pig, I spent $5 to kill that pig. No scope, how scratched up it is and everything. But still dead on. Dead on. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The other bull, let's come over quite a bit closer. Get a nice look at him. Lost our focus. I'm shooting through the window is my problem. I'm not just shooting out into the wild there. They're so close. I think they're the ones that are real close, are only 10 yards away. By this feeder right here. I'm trying to get into that rascal. They're powerful animals. Ooh, I dropped my phone. You can see we got that one really fixed where they can't get in it. See how beat up it is? They've had that thing down on the ground, rolled around. I've got it staked into the ground now though. That's a gorgeous shot right there. He's only out there at about 60 yards. That's a nice bow shot. Uh-oh. He's thinking about something besides food right now, I believe. Yeah, maybe not. All right, bugle a little bit. He's not really making any noise. Just looks like he is. I'll open the window just a little bit so I could hear him. I've got a tripod in here, but you have to do so much moving around. I'm just doing all handheld. I'll hang on, see if he gets a little closer. All these elk are probably keeping the deer from coming in here right now. Anyway. Oh, he's just yawning. That's all he's doing. That's a yawn, because there's no noise coming out. He's definitely close enough I could hear him well. It's a big, beautiful animal. He's still thinking about those girls, isn't he? He's not quite ready for the rut to be over, but I think it is. Well, the elk are heading for the hills. You can look, and you can actually see way up on the side of that hill. You can see some of the elk are already up there. That's pretty good right there. That's some different elk than what we're here this morning. But that's where they're heading to, is those mountains, those hills. As I said, these are totally wild elk. I'm zoomed out all the way. But the elk are all headed that direction. You can see them going that direction. You zoom back, you can see that they're already a pretty good ways out there, the majority of them. There's that mountain over there. This one bull right here, the smaller of the two, he stayed real close, but he's going to head up to the mountains as well. Just getting a little bit more grazing in. But you wonder where the deer are going to be for the day? Or the elk? That's where they're going to be. Majority of them are already way on up there. They're scattered all off up through there. They're scattered up all into the mountain. And they'll end up right up there before it's all over. There's 3, 4 already up there. Those are probably different elk than what were here, but there might have been some of them that were here. As you can see, they're definitely headed that way. Find a nice place and head down. Big bull like it behind. Gosh, those cows are big and fat. The bulls are really slim because they've been busy. It's my job and I like it fine. Nobody's got a better job than mine.